Hello there and welcome. I'm Bob Proctor. And I'm going to talk to you about a program we offer called Paradigm Shift. Now, this program is contained in this exercise manual here. This is actually something that I've put together over the past 50 years and studying why we do what we do and why we don't do many of the things we really want to do. You know, our life unfolds just like a rose. I use as an example an acorn. Someone carved this, I suppose, and gave it to me, and it's probably carved out of oak. But this is a model acorn. You know, an acorn has inside of it a pattern plan. That pattern plan controls the vibratory rate of the acorn. So the acorn can only grow into one thing, what it's programmed to grow into. Well, you know, we have a program much like the pattern plan that's in the acorn. Only the people that wrote the code for that acorn really did not know what they're doing. They really didn't know what they're doing. So another way to look at this could be, this is an owner's manual for a new human being. And since the people that brought us into this world really didn't program us for the life that we want, we've got to rewrite the program. Now, I'm going to show you how to write the code to create the program to live the life you really want to live. Think of this for a moment. Have you ever wondered why really brilliant people are struggling all the way from the cradle to the casket? You think they're so smart. Why aren't they rich? If they're so bright, why are they working so hard for so little, for so long? See, there's answers to those questions. I was puzzled. When I was 26 years old, I'd been doing what a lot of people did, nothing. I was going in the wrong direction. And I often say I was picking up speed, but I was definitely going in the wrong direction. And I left school. I only went to high school for a couple of months. I never had a half-decent job. I was 26 years old, and I met a man that sat down with me, and he said, "Bob, why don't you change your results?" Well, you know, results were something I never really thought about. Take a look at how happy are you? What kind of money are you earning? How do you spend your days? Who are you mixing with? What are your friends like? You know, that's all dependent on this code that we've got within us, this program. Because everything that comes into our life comes in an orderly way. See, this acorn can only grow into an oak tree. It'll never grow into a maple tree or a cherry tree. It can only grow into an oak tree, and that is because the acorn does not have the ability to rewrite the code. And it'll always only grow into one thing, an oak tree. Now, if it's planted in a proper environment and the earth's looked after properly, it'll grow into a good big oak tree and produce many, many acorns. We have a program in us, and it was built genetically, first of all, before we were even born. This, if you stop and really think about your life, why you're doing what you're doing, why you're living the way you're living, why don't you live the way you really want to live, you're going to realize that you have been programmed by your parents, first of all, genetically. That's how you got here. A little bit of energy from mom, a little bit of energy from dad, came swimming along and fell in love, and that was the nucleus of you. And then 280 days later, you made your appearance on the planet. Now, if you look really carefully, you very likely look like some of your relatives. It may be your mother or dad, or it could be your grandparents, might even be an aunt or an uncle. But we do resemble our relatives, and that is because there's a genetic strain there. And that genetic strain dictates the form of our body, the size of it, you know, and how we live, how we act. And then after we're born, we are exposed to an environment. And our subconscious mind is wide open. It's like a cup. And information starts to go in. You'll hear people spelling to each other so the baby doesn't hear them or the kids don't hear them. You know, it's so silly. It's the energy that we're transmitting. And whatever's going on in our mind is going right into that child's mind. When you have a brand new baby, that baby is like a fresh piece of clay. And every thought we think and every move we make is molding that clay. Make no mistake about it. That's the way it is. Now, I could go back and tell you how the program in me was built, circumstance it was built under, and was during a depression. And then as a little kid, we moved into the First World War, Second World War, and things happened. But it was in 1961 when I met a man and he gave me Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. Now, fortunately for me, I did exactly as he suggested, and everything in my life started to change. I was so fascinated with the information he was giving me and what it was doing in my life that I couldn't stop reading about it. I couldn't stop listening to it. I was listening to recordings, going to seminars, reading books, and my life was changing so fast. Now, what I really learned through that is that a person's life can change very fast. It doesn't have to take years or months or even weeks. It can change just like that. But it doesn't happen by accident. It happens by law. This whole universe operates by law. It operates in a very orderly way. Like winter never follows winter. Think about it. When the tide goes out, it always comes back in. Well, this is an expression of the laws that govern the universe. In fact, Dr. Wernher von Braun, who was the father of the space program, an absolutely brilliant man, scientist, he said that the natural laws of this universe are so precise that we don't have any difficulty building spaceships, sending people to the moon, and we can time the landing with the precision of a fraction of a second. Now think. Some people refer to the laws as God's modus operandi. Well, you know, you and I can learn these laws, and then we can learn how to live in harmony with them. And when we do, everything starts to happen in a very good way. Now think of this for a moment. I have this on my desk all the time, and I have it there for a reason. Let the sand represent your life. The sand in the bottom of the glass would represent the past. And the sand in the top of the glass would represent the future. Now, there's nothing you can do about the past. That is gone. Too many people spend their time living there, wishing they had done this or wishing they had done that. It's gone. And here's the beautiful truth. Let me use the Born Rich or the Think and Grow Rich book here to show you you don't know how much sand is in the top of the glass. Now, you may think you have a lot, you only have a little. When I was a little kid, my grandmother pretty well raised me, and Grandma was always saying, I'll soon be gone, dear, I'll soon be gone. She started that, I think, probably, when I look back, she would probably be in her 60s. You know, Grandma lived to be 94. And one night the angels came and just took her away. I don't think Grandma ever even gets sick. See, Grandma thought she had a little bit of sand in the top of the glass. She actually had quite a bit, another 34 years. Now, I had a friend of mine, Bob Yates. He and I hung around together, and we did most everything together. When he was 16, he turned 16 a little ahead of me. He got a driver's license. And he was coming in a highway, and bang, he ran into the abutment of a concrete bridge, and his life was snuffed out like that. It was a real shock at that age of my life. If you had asked Bob a half hour before how much sand he had left, he probably would have said at least a half a century. He didn't have a half an hour. Now, what's the point here? Here's the point. The only time you've got is right here, right now. So being worried about the past or the future is foolish. If we make up our mind, we're going to do what we feel is the best thing for us right now, we're going to have a pretty good life. Now, this program that I'm going to run, I'm going to stream it right into your house or into your computer. Here I have a little pad. You probably have one of these somewhere. And you could get it on this. Wouldn't matter where you are. I will do this seminar right onto your pad. You see, my company, the Proctor Gallagher Institute, built this studio around 3 years ago. It's actually a television station. We have multiple cameras in here and controls. We can broadcast all over the world from here. And we're going to be doing the Paradigm Shift Seminar from in here. See, a paradigm is a multitude of ideas in your subconscious mind that somebody else put there, and it's controlling your behavior. You know, I've mentioned the person that's absolutely brilliant, but they're broke. School is on the wrong track. School believes if they talk to us about what's in the book, give us an exam, ask us questions about what's in the book, and we answer them correctly, we pass the exam. And if we do that enough over a number of years, then we've got a degree, and they'll say we're educated individuals. Well, that is not true. That does not mean that you're an educated individual. It means you've gathered a lot of information. We're taught that knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. If knowledge were power, librarians would be billionaires, because they have surrounding them all kinds of knowledge. All the knowledge that anybody's ever collected is sitting on shelves all around them. See, knowledge is potential power, but it's not power. The knowledge has to be properly organized and then intelligently directed. Well, I'm going to show you how to take the knowledge that we teach in the Paradigm Shift and intelligently direct it toward whatever end you want. We show people how to sit down with a pen and decide how they want to live, which causes them to let go of the past. Don't spend time worrying about what didn't work in the past. That's history. It's what we're doing right now. And we take this step by step. We'll show you how to earn money. Most people don't know how to earn money. School never taught us how to earn money. They haven't. School don't know how to earn money. If they did, they'd be earning it. We don't even treat the teachers properly. They don't get paid anywhere near enough for the job they're supposed to do. But then again, they don't do the job that we want them to do. So think about this for a few minutes. Money is one of the easiest things to earn once you understand the rules, but it must be earned. Do you know you've got people that never went to school, like myself, who earn millions of dollars? You'll have other people that have got degrees coming right off the end of a business card who are struggling to get by. It doesn't make sense to us the way we've been educated, but it makes all kinds of sense when you understand how money's earned and who's got it and why they've got it. See, the earning of money has been around, how to earn it, for a long time. You go right back and study back into the ancient Babylonians. They knew how to earn money. And if you study how the money's earned, you'll realize that you can earn it and you can earn as much as you want. In fact, you decide, you sit down and you write out what it is you want to earn. Then we take a look at our personal life, our social life, the people we associate with. We're associating with people that are very much like ourselves because we're in harmony with them. Everything operates on frequencies, just like your cell phone operates on a frequency. And you got to change the frequency you're operating on. You see, we can only attract to us what's in harmony with us. The Paradigm Shift Seminar is probably one of the most effective programs that you will ever attend in your life. You see, I was following the rules that I was taught to follow. Ray Stanford said, if you do exactly what I tell you, I'll show you how you can have anything you want. I really didn't believe that. But he said something. He said, you know, my way's working, yours isn't. Why don't you try mine? The guy had all kinds of money. He was very happy. And I don't know why I decided I was going to do what he taught me. And it started happening. And like that, I started earning a lot of money. I started to build my own company. I had offices, Toronto, Montreal, Boston, Cleveland, Atlanta, London, England. I was earning over $1 million a year, and I was just a young guy, 28, 30, 32, 34. And I was in England one day, and I was just throwing the money all over the place. I didn't care about it because I knew where to get it. And one day something caused me to stop and think, this isn't very bright. I'm not being very responsible. So then I started to think, why am I so successful? Because I was very successful as a young guy. And I couldn't answer the question. And so I thought, I'm not lucky. I didn't believe that. Voltaire said we invented the word luck to express the known effect of unknown causes. You see, I had been raised to believe if you're going to earn a lot of money, you got to be really lucky. Well, I was earning a lot of money, but I wasn't really lucky. I was also earned, if you're going to earn a lot of money, you got to be really smart. I didn't know I wasn't that smart, but I was earning a lot of money. I was raised to believe if you don't go to school, you'll never have a good job. I not only had a good job, I owned the whole company. Now that caused a lot of confusion in my mind. And I thought, how did this all happen? And I could not give you an answer. Here I was winning in a pretty big way, and I had absolutely no idea why. So I made up my mind I was going to figure out why. I was going to find out why I was winning. And I started to study. And I've never stopped studying. And I did find out why. And when I found out, all I wanted to do was teach it to other people. And that's all I've been doing. Now here a number of years ago, I decided, I think it was a conversation that Sandy Gallagher, who's my business partner, and myself and a couple of the executives in the company, we should run a seminar and show people exactly what the paradigm is and how it controls our life. But because most people are being controlled by a paradigm. A paradigm is a multitude of ideas in our subconscious mind that controls our habitual behavior, and almost all of our behavior is habitual. Now, I mentioned earlier, this is like an operator's manual for a new baby. The parent should get it and study it. Because if they don't, the baby's going to end up having to do it all on their own, just like you are, like most people are. This is a very powerful program. Now, it's run over 3 days. We'll stream it right into your home, right into your office, right onto your computer. You guys say, I got a little pad, we'll stream it right on the pad. You could be sitting in the backyard road on a boat, fishing while you're attending the seminar. And it's all recorded. You can go back and study it over and over and over again. This is, without question, one of the most complete programs that you'll ever find on you, why you do what you do, and why you don't do what you want to do. It's called the paradigm shift. You see, that day in England, when I made up my mind I was going to figure out why was Bob successful, I started to look for people that understood why I was doing what I was doing. And it wasn't easy to find, I'll tell you that. I have had half a dozen absolutely phenomenal mentors, just incredible coaches. And I'll tell you what I've found. Success is 5% strategy, it's 95% mindset. Think what I said. Success is 5% strategy, 95% mindset. Most people spend 95% of their time on strategy, 5%, if any at all, on mindset. It's about the mind. I've probably studied the mind more than anyone alive. Now, I say that because I've been around a long, long time. I've outlived all my mentors. In another few weeks, I'll be 86 years old. I have as much energy as a person that's 46. I don't intend to slow down. I intend to live until I die, as the song goes. You see, there's no shortage of energy. You don't get energy. People say, where do you get all the energy? No one gets energy. Everybody releases energy. All the energy there ever was or ever will be is omnipresent. It's right within you. And when you have a strong enough desire, bang, you've got the energy to do the thing. If you really want to find out about you, if you really want to take control over your life, get in this Paradigm Shift seminar. and study it like a scientist for 2.5 days, 3 days, and we'll teach you exactly why you're doing what you're doing and then how to change it and how to live the way you want. This is, without question, one of the most phenomenal programs that I've even heard of. Now, the fact that I'm doing it, along with Sandy Gallagher and our staff here, is another thing. I have studied with some of the wisest people in the world, so it isn't just me talking to you. I'm just sharing with you what I've learned. I sat down with a pen back in 1973. I was sitting in a little room, a den, in a house on Maplewood Lane in Glenview, Illinois. And I wrote down that I was going to build a company that operates all over the world. Do you know now the Proctor Gallagher Institute operates in 88 countries? We will stream into 119 countries, last program we did. So I don't care where you are, and it's all going to be recorded, so you may not have the full time that we're doing the seminar available. That's okay. It's all recorded. You can go back and pick up where you left off. If you're really tired of living the way you're living, if you really want to take control over your life, it's the only one you got. And get this, when the sand's gone, baby, it's gone. And what's happened doesn't make any difference. I don't care what you've done in the past, none of that matters. It's in the past. Let the dead bury the dead. We're going to take control of our life right now. And that's what the paradigm shift is all about. This is one of the most inexpensive programs you'll ever get involved in. And it's one of the most comprehensive programs you'll ever get involved in. I'm going to show you how your mind functions. I'm going to show you why you're not doing what you really want to do and you know how to do. It's not that you don't know how. You do know how. You know how to do almost everything that I'm going to teach you. But that doesn't mean you're doing it. You're going to find your confidence is just going to rise like a rocket. See, confidence comes from knowledge. You're confident you can drive your car. You're confident you can get dressed. You're confident you can do a number of different things because you know how to do them. Well, when it gets to doing something we're not sure about, that's when our confidence starts to slide. Our self-image. The image we hold of ourselves dictates the amount of money we earn, the relationships we have. It controls everything. And very few people understand self-image psychology. All that is taught in this program. You're going to absolutely love it. I'm going to tell you, it will definitely change your life. You want to learn how to earn money? I'll show you how to do it. If you want to learn how to raise your confidence, I'll show you how to do that. I don't care what it is you want to do. I'll show you how to do it because it's all a matter of the program in your marvelous mind. The paradigm shift. A very, very positive, powerful program. We're going to be teaching it and sending it right into your home. Don't pass this up. And you know, if you can get some of your friends or family involved in it, then you've got someone else to brainstorm this information with. It is fascinating information. If you own your own company, I'll show you how to build it faster, stronger, because the company is an expression of what's going on inside. You're going to love what I'm doing. I'll look forward to seeing you sometime in the future. This one I'm going to do right here in our studio and stream it right into your office. A very powerful program. You're going to like it. Come here. Click the button, register right now. And then just say, now how am I going to do this? And then make up your mind you're going to do it. And you can take a pen and sit down prior to the seminar starting and write out exactly how you would really like to live. And if you take that piece of paper and you set it down of how you really want to live, I guarantee you the paradigm will show you how to execute what you write on the paper. It's like pure magic. You know, I often mention, when you understand how magic works, it's not magic anymore. I work at a lot of conventions for companies, and frequently, if they have a comedian or a magician entertaining the staff or the audience, and they'll ask me, the magician will get me to take part in the action. And I do that, so I see how they do these wild illusions and everything. And you know, once you know how it works, it's not magic anymore. But when you understand how your life lives, it's real magic. I know how it works, and I can show you, and I want to. I hope you want to learn it. Click the button, get in the seminar. This is Bob Proctor. Thank you.